Hi guys, welcome to Drawing with Anna. Today we're going to be talking about the proportions of the human face. And I'm going to be comparing an anime face to a realistic human face and show you how to draw the proportions of the human face. I know that I'm not an expert in anime, so I'm not even going to attempt that, but we're going to discuss a little bit on this specific character. So the word proportion means comparing one thing to another thing. So for example, you're comparing where the eyes go in the face, or how many eyes are crossed, and where does the nose go in relationship to the eyes. So let's talk about Luffy first. I'm going to talk about the proportions of his face. He is a character like a rubbery guy from the anime One Piece. I haven't watched it, but both my kids love it. They're obsessed. So I'm going to talk about these things. Now, when you're drawing at home, you can use anything to draw. Please draw along with me. Stop the video if you need to. I'm going to be using two different Copic markers, and one is an 80% and one is a 30% gray, cool gray, just in case you're wondering, all right? So when I was drawing Luffy, I noticed that his face has two round circles, okay? So if I want to look at this, I see a round circle here, and I see a round circle here, like this, okay? And so it's almost like it starts out like two circles like this, overlapping. So it's looking at the bigger shapes in relationship first before you start getting into specific features, okay? So I'm going to draw now the proportions of the human face, okay? So I'm going to pretend like it's about the same size as Luffy here. We're going to go from the top of the head to the chin, okay? And what you want to do is draw two straight lines across, about, if you were drawing at home, about 6 inches apart is fine. And you want to draw an egg shape. And you know, eggs, chicken eggs have a little bit narrower part. That goes at the bottom. That's the chin. So draw a very loose shape like that, okay? Just go around a couple times and get it pretty much symmetrical, all right? Same on both sides, okay? And then you want to measure the middle point right here. You can do that by using your pencil. You see what I'm doing? I'm checking right there, and I can see the middle, and I'm going to draw a line across there, okay? So what I'm doing with that middle line is I'm saying that is where the eye sockets are going to go. That's where the eyes go. When we're learning to draw a face as a kid, what do? We do something like this, okay? We do boop, boop, hello, and the eyes are really high. In an actual human face, in almost everybody's case, the eyes are in the center, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to draw the eye sockets, okay, for this. And what you want to do is, oops, got the wrong end. You want to draw sort of like aviator glasses. You see that? That doesn't represent the actual eye. It represents the eye sockets, okay? And then what we want to do is we want to do a half again from this middle line to there, okay? So right there, which is half again, we're going to draw the ball of the nose, okay? So you're going to draw just a round circle right at the base of that line, okay? That represents the ball of the nose, okay? So now, and then below it, we're going to draw an oval shape, which represents the mouth, okay? Don't worry about making lips or anything like that, just a little oval shape, and it's going to be about like this, okay? See that? All right. Ears. Ears go from about the top of this eye socket to the base of the nose, maybe a little bit smaller, okay? And then we can draw a neck, which comes out. It's not as wide as the head, but it's not super skinny, all right? There we go. So now let's compare these two. So in most anime, the eyes are very large, and that's the tradition that has grown up around manga and anime. And I get it. Big eyes are supposed to represent innocence, and they're very expressive. However, they are not realistic for the normal human face. And there's something that's been happening with my students in the past, I don't know, 10 years. When I ask them to draw their own face realistically, they draw themselves with gigantic eyes. So that's the first thing that you have to watch out for, okay? So now let's put in where the eyes go, okay? The eyes are going to be almond shaped, and we're going to put them right across that dotted line, okay? You see that? And most faces are 5 eyes across. So I'm going to draw this one lightly with my lighter pen. You see there's going to be an eye like that, and an eye like that. I know this looks really weird, like some kind of monster. But do you see how right here to right here, there's an eye, the real eye, the space of an eye, and another eye. A lot of times in manga, the eyes are wider. They're farther apart. So it looks great in an anime, but when you're trying to draw a real person, you get sort of an alien look with these eyes that are sort of floating off the face. So be careful of that, okay? So the eye is going to go across like that, all right? When you draw the nose in anime is often almost not there, okay? It's almost just like a little line, a little carrot, and sometimes it's not even drawn at all because that cultural aesthetic values a lot of clear skin with no shadows, and noses cause shadows. So you see that just like a little line there. When we draw a nose for on a realistic, we're just going to draw the ball of the nose and then some flanges for the nostrils, okay? In a separate video, I'm going to go over really in detail how to do these things more carefully, all right? And if you want to, you can draw just a little bit of a bridge for the nose. This is a contour drawing with no shading, so you know, we can only do so much, all right? Let's go back up here and let's draw the eyebrow. So the eyebrow, usually when you're looking at yourself or you're looking at someone else, first you're going to draw the eyes, and then you're going to see in what relationship do the eyebrows start. Are they starting directly above the tear duct, or do they start in a little bit more? And just draw the shape. Don't draw the hairs, the specific hairs of the eyebrow. And it doesn't have to be symmetrical. People are not symmetrical, right? If you're symmetrical, you're a supermodel, okay? So most of us look much more interesting, and we are sort of off kilter, all right? So now we're going to go down and we're going to draw the mouth. The most important line of the mouth is where the 2 lips meet. So I recommend that you draw that first, right? In a manga, we just usually have just a single line. There's no lips. The outside of the lips are not drawn. And we're going to draw just, it's a little, like a small little hill, 2 little hills like this. And again, I'll go over that in a separate video, okay? And then we're going to draw the lips like that, okay? We can draw a little nasal, I don't know what that's called, but anyway, little divot there, okay? And so that's about it, okay? So you can see some mouths, when you're drawing the mouth, you want to compare it to the nose. That's where proportion comes in. Is the mouth wider than the nose? Is the mouth narrower than the nose? Sometimes you can look at where the mouth in relationship to the pupils are, all right, or to the irises. And then to finish this off in terms of proportion, you can just draw the outside of the face. And of course, you can put on whatever kind of hair you want. You know, it doesn't matter. And I just recommend, in the most cases, that when you're drawing hair, you do big shapes rather than a lot of lines, okay? So in conclusion, when we're drawing something like a manga, it's highly stylized, but there are also the same kind of rules for the human face. Anyway, hope this was helpful, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.